Can you hear it? It's the sound of children playing, and they're playing with abandon, as if they don't have a care in the world. It's the sound of strength, of kids who are growing strong physically, mentally, and spiritually. Pretty amazing considering that these African children are orphans who not long ago were calling out for help and hope, and local churches like yours answered. Every school day in the Central African Republic, HnH Orphan Schools, in partnership with their sister churches in North America, are blessing as many as 50 orphans with real help, food, education, medical help, moral support, and in a word, hope. Come along with us for a tour of your school with Barb Wooler.
Greetings to our friends there at Grace Community Church of Mississauga, and welcome to the Central African Republic. Let's take a quick visit to your HnH Orphan School at Ed-Ville, where your children have just completed their second year of school. Teacher Marciel has done a wonderful job again this year, and so have your kids. As you can see on their faces, the children are delighted to be in school. Were it not for your HnH school, most of these children would not be receiving an education. Orphans in the Central African Republic are always at the end of the line when it comes to do anything good, whether it's food or clothing or a place in their extended families. But in your school, they are always at the head of the line, always the first priority, always getting the full attention of the adults caring for them. And these children are thriving under the care of the Ed-Ville Church, who has embraced them as their own. Like this little girl, Penula. Born with a deformed right arm that ends at the elbow, her extended family rejected her and sent her to Bangui to be raised by her grandmother. As it turns out, this little girl is very bright and was the top of her class this year at HnH School. And then there's Deborah, who has been used as free labor in the garden and home of her extended family. They never gave a thought to Deborah's need for an education, but that all changed when you and the Ed-Ville Grace Brethren Church opened your HnH Orphan School. At 13, she is one of the oldest children in the school, but is learning to read, to write, and she's very good at math. She now attends Sunday school at the church and was recently baptized. In spite of the death of Pastor Philip in February of 2009, the school has continued to function perfectly under the care of his wife, Yvette. She functions as the school's overseer, making sure everything is working as needed, and rolling up her sleeves to fill in wherever help is needed, whether dishing out lunch, serving the children, or whatever else needs to be done. So you can see the difference that your partnership in prayer and giving is making for the Ed-Ville Church and many orphans in your HnH school. We hope that someday you'll be able to send someone from your church to the Central African Republic to see for yourself what God is doing.
So now you see and hear the difference you and your sister church in the Central African Republic are making for orphans. This isn't just the sound of kids thriving. It's the sound of God's people, Americans and Africans, working together to make a difference every day for needy kids. A difference for eternity. A difference for life. A difference for the Central African Republic as these kids become doctors, teachers, godly moms, godly dads, mayors of their towns, lawyers, honest merchants, farmers, taxi drivers, masons, seamstresses, pastors, electricians,